Ferrari's first electric car has been revealed. Previously, Ferrari had teased how the powertrain worked and what the interior looked like, and we already talked about the interior in a previous video. And now, here it is. But honestly, it doesn't look like a Ferrari at all. The design is kind of strange, almost like an electric car from China, which feels very far removed from the look of a Ferrari from Italy. For those seeing it for the first time, this car, called the Luche, is absolutely massive, longer than an Audi Q8 and very wide too. Unfortunately, in my opinion, the design is disappointing. I thought we were going to see something aggressive, maybe somewhat like the Puro Sangue, but this just doesn't seem quite right. The front end looks like something out of a cyberpunk movie, but not in a particularly good way. The design makes it look like the whole car sits inside a frame or shell that wraps around the body. From the side, it appears very boxy, even though it's not as tall as a Puro Sangue, but it still feels like something is missing. And when you walk around to the back, that's where you finally start to see a little bit of Ferrari DNA. It kind of resembles classic Ferrari sports cars like the Ferrari 360 Modena or the old Testarossa, but mixed with a Chinese brand that I honestly can't even name. Turns out I'm not the only one who isn't completely sold on this car, even though I liked the interior in the previous video. As soon as the car was unveiled, Ferrari's stock dropped by more than 7%, wiping out roughly £3 billion in value. Wow and wow!
Reacting with disappointment after the Italian manufacturer unveiled its first fully electric car.
How does something like that happen? Honestly, I don't know whether people hate it that much or if it's because the design isn't purely Ferrari. It was created in collaboration with Love From, the design company founded by former Apple designers Jony and Marc Newson. But then again, the design was also developed under the direction of Ferrari's chief design officer, Flavio Manzoni, wasn't it? Now, behind its somewhat disappointing appearance, let's talk about the technology. Thankfully, the engineering underneath still carries some Formula One DNA. Thanks to its 4 electric motor setup, the car produces 1,050 horsepower. That's seriously fast. With launch control, whose button is actually located on the roof, the car can sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.5 seconds. Although, to be fair, that's not too different from some high-end Chinese EVs these days. Top speed is claimed to be 310 kilometers per hour, making it faster than the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, but it's still not better than the Tesla Model S Plaid or even the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, which are really playing in completely different segments. We're not going to dive deeper into the interior because I actually like it, and we already covered it in the previous video. Plus, this is the first Ferrari to feature a bench-style second-row seat, meaning it can carry 5 people, unlike the Puro Sangue, which only seats 4. So now we start asking the real question: what's actually special about this thing? A fun car should be able to put a smile on your face whether you're driving slowly or flat out. Maybe it's the sound, the vibrations, or the sensation of acceleration. Electric cars are undeniably fast, but they often feel a bit sterile and lacking in drama. Ferrari is trying to solve that with paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. The left paddle adjusts regenerative braking, almost like downshifting in a traditional car, while the right paddle controls how torque is distributed from all 4 electric motors. Once again, this concept is very similar to what Hyundai has done with the Ioniq 5N and what AMG is doing with its newer models. The difference is that while other brands rely on artificial engine sounds, Ferrari is using the natural sound of the electric motors themselves, tuned using principles similar to an electric guitar and amplifier setup. But let's be honest, we've all grown up expecting Ferraris to roar like lions, not sound like industrial air conditioning units in a factory, right? Then there's the massive battery pack, which is around 122 kilowatt hours. To improve efficiency, the front axle can automatically disconnect drive power during relaxed cruising. Ferrari also claims the body has been designed to be extremely aerodynamic, and it can automatically lower itself by 10 millimeters at high speeds. With all of this technology, the driving range is said to be around 530 kilometers, despite the car's unusual shape. That's actually a respectable number, especially considering the car weighs only 2,260 kilograms, almost 400 kilograms lighter than a BMW iX M70. Ferrari achieved this by making the large battery pack a structural part of the aluminum chassis itself. The result is a stiffer, more stable car equipped with rear-wheel steering and adaptive active suspension to keep it agile. But for Ferrari collectors who might be hesitant about adding this car to their collection just to own a limited production model, there's some good news. Ferrari's CEO and Chief Marketing Officer have made it clear that they will not pressure loyal customers into buying this EV. Ferrari sees gasoline engine enthusiasts and EV buyers as two different groups. They're not trying to convince their traditional fans to switch to electric cars. The Luche was intentionally designed to be completely different in order to attract a new audience, especially younger, newly wealthy buyers who have never owned a Ferrari before. The reason I think this way is because in the automotive world, manufacturers sometimes indirectly pressure customers into buying less popular models in order to gain access to more desirable limited edition cars. It's a strategy often used to help move inventory that might otherwise be difficult to sell. Finally, let's talk about the price. The car starts at £474,000. That makes it significantly more expensive than the Purosangue, the Tesla Model S Plaid, or the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, despite offering performance that isn't dramatically different. Maybe that eye-watering price comes from the enormous research and development costs behind it, because Ferrari claims that 95% of the components in this car are completely new and were developed specifically for this electric vehicle. So that's it for today's video. I think one of the reasons we're so disappointed is because Ferrari set the expectations way too high from the very beginning. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay fast, stay curious. Bye-bye.
I really should've known. Be with enemy till we hit a red light. Then I see the side.